Here's the deal. Cash never happened. I have known men who have paid for a year or two. And when they ended up going to court and it all became finalized, they got hit with arrears because there's no record of paying child support. Okay, so it needs to be a Venmo. It needs to be a check that says child support on it. So you have proof. At the end of the day, I've had men who wanted to avoid the child support system where I was like, yeah, I want the state taking it out or the county because then I had proof and there was never anything to be disputed. Okay. Number two is quitting a job or taking a job that pays less to pay less child support. First of all, have a little more respect for yourself. Second of all, if you do this, you go from a $150,000 a year job to say $75,000. The judge can still order child support based on 150 because you did it to avoid child support. And I've even seen a case in the last 10 days where a woman quit a job, moved to be closer to the kids, took a job that paid less, and she tried to get her child support adjusted. And the judge said, no, we do this with men, and I can't hold you to a different standard. It was wonderful. He said, sorry, I'm not going to adjust your child support because you voluntarily took a lower paying job. So he kept it at whatever the rate was. Okay. Next is trusting verbal agreements, especially if you don't have a formal child support agreement. Again, everything needs to be labeled child support. You can't, I don't care how good she's been, you can't do this. You have to assume that if she takes you to court for child support, if you can't prove you've paid it, you are going to be charged arrears from day one that you haven't lived together. And getting behind, that's the next one, is getting behind in child support can be catastrophic. Now, sometimes child support is such that you can't even live. There's a lot of issues with child support. I'm not saying it's not got its own issues, okay? But this is just some things you've got to be aware of. If you get behind, do whatever you can to catch up, because when they catch up with you, they don't care what your monthly expenses are. You get tacked on your arrears and your child support, and it could be pretty significant, okay? If you get behind, you get reemployed.